night job was being a pretty ordinary singer in a pretty ordinary band. Some of the other bands who were much better came along and said, "You seem to get a lot of work, would you mind looking after us?" So that started a 15-odd year career in the music industry. As the agent for those performers, I ended up going to a lot of creditors' meetings. When my music industry career finished, one of those guys, he said, "Mate, you've been taking money off of musicians for 15 years, probably one of the best debt collectors in the country." The bike group that I ride with, Vince Tripodi from Perks was in that group, and we got to talking about what our plans were. Vince let me practice on pitching on him, and that's kind of where the relationship started. We looked at the business and realised that unless we got some more investment in, that we were only going to be really marking time. And it was at that point that Bruce brought the whole thing together. He was instrumental in getting quite senior people at a couple of major banks to actually come in and spend some time with us and to not just look at us as a balance sheet and a profit and loss statement, to actually understand the potential of the business, to get to know our ethos.
We work very closely with all the banks in Adelaide, particularly the big four banks. They understand the services that Perks provide. They also understand how we work and how we can present the information. This is really, really helpful when we're dealing with our clients, particularly Mark, because we're able to articulate exactly what he needs. That makes the whole process quite seamless.
He knew what to look for in the deals. You know, the traps for young players. And it wasn't only the deal to buy out the shareholders. What it's done is it secured our future funding to grow the business. The great thing about Perks is that you get top-tier firm service, but they're also a local firm. All of the services that we need, from the corporate registry, tax planning, general asset management, our self-managed super funds, being able to do everything in one place brings a whole bunch of different expertise.
Having that full understanding of his business, but having all that information ready to hand, really helped when we were dealing with both the banks that we were speaking with.
I certainly think that Perks understand my business. I mean, the relationship's coming up for 10 years now. They'll look at where you are, and if you aren't in the position to be able to do what you need to do, they'll help you get into that position. In our case, Vince had been preparing us for this for 10 years. They've been there since day one. They saw us when basically when the business was me, a mobile phone and a laptop in my spare room at home. That's the essence, I think, of working with Perks, is that they bring their team to your team.